This is a video you need to watch before starting your photo booth rental business. The first thing you need to do is subscribe. If you're not already subscribed and you're watching these videos, you guys, it's free. Please just subscribe, it helps. So the first thing you need to do is your research. You need to understand what type of photo booth you want to get into, right? So if you want quality photos, you want the best, crispiest, sharpest images, you want to go with the DSLR booth. Professional grade camera, that's that type of photo booth. So if that's what your goal is, absolutely go for it. If your goal is to have a more passive photo booth business, you want something simple, more affordable, and a little bit more portable, then iPad photo booths. Those are the way. Because one, it's a simple setup. Let's just talk about it. Literally, you have your shell and then your iPad. That's pretty much it. Source of light, your iPad. iPad has the software. Simple. DSLR, it's a little bit more complicated. A lot more cables, computer, flash, hot shoe, lens, batteries, all that. It gets complicated. If you want trendy, if you want, a fad, I think a fad, 360 booth, of course. So there's so many different types of photo booth. Understand what you want and take your time to just kind of do your research. So once you pick your photo booth, let's just say, hey, I want the iPad photo booth. I want to be able to drop it off unattended, make money while I'm not there. So let's just say that's the route you want to go. Perfect. One thing you need to understand with these iPad photo booths, you guys, these are not going to give you DSLR quality photos. They're not even close. Are they terrible? Absolutely not. If you know what you're doing, you can get a great quality photo. So now that you've pinpointed what type of photo booth, you need to do a little bit more talking to yourself and trying to figure out what you want out of it. You need a plan. What type of events do you want to do? If you're like me, you want to do more events like weddings, quinceañeras, birthday parties, the occasional corporate thing, then that is something that you need to keep in the back of your mind. So when you're building your website or you're doing your social media, you want to know who you're talking to. Because if you want to do nothing but corporate events, I don't think it's a good idea to act silly or very personable and making jokes on your social media accounts. That's not a corporate move. Corporate has a corporate type of, corporate photo booth companies have a corporate feel and a corporate look. So I like more of the average wedding and birthday and the occasional corporate thing, but that's mainly what we do. Another thing you need to know before you get into the business, you have to understand that you got to kiss your weekends goodbye. I'm not saying you're going to be completely booked on the weekends, but if you're doing drop-offs, right, you have to be okay with knowing you have to drop the booth off and come back later to pick it up. Yeah, you could still enjoy your day, but it's not like you're going to be able to every single weekend take a road trip up to freaking Napa Valley or whatever, but you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with your equipment not looking the same, especially if you're in this business. Once you buy it, it's never going to look that good. Over time, there will be scuffs, there will be scratches, there will be some marks on it because it's being used. And another thing that I think is really important when you're first starting off too is know exactly how much you're going to be spending. So you have to, just don't look at the photo booth, right, and be like, oh, the deluxe booth, $2,149, and then the iPad, that's going to be $3,000. Well, guess what? There's more stuff you have to buy. Extension cords, gaff tape, software. Do you want insurance? Guess what? Insurance. Little things like that add up. So really take your time and it's hard from the outside looking in, but there are more things than just the photo booth that you need to purchase, right? Also, do you have a place to store your equipment? That is important. Another thing, you guys, I see it all the time. If you're getting a photo booth, make sure it fits in your car. I know that sounds crazy, but there's some companies selling things that are humongous that doesn't fit in your car. I don't know about you, but I don't want to have to buy a truck or a van to fit my photo booth. Luckily, if you're buying from us, anything we sell here most likely will fit in your car, whether it's the deluxe booth that fits in a Prius. We're able to fit 3 of them, but just make sure it fits. And again, guys, understand, when you're starting off, it's really, really important too, is to have a number in your mind. I'm just going over the most important things here. Obviously, there's other things, but this is a big, big piece of advice. Understand and know how much money in your first year in business you want to make. Set a goal, and this is a pro tip. Just whatever goal you have, increase it. I'm sure you heard of the 10x rule. 10x, whatever your goal is, and then that way, you know, let's just say, hey, I want to make 6 figures in the first year of my business. Then guess what? You're gonna have to put the effort, the energy, the posting, the networking, everything to hit that goal. If you don't, you know, people, I just see it, everyone's just so casual with it because, you know, it's easy to let a side hustle go on the back burner because most people starting in the business, it's a side hustle. No one ever just goes, hey, I'm buying my photo booth, I'm doing this full time right off the gate. It's usually never like that. So set a goal, work towards it, and just be prepared to wear a lot of hats. You're gonna have to be a salesman. You're gonna have to be a marketer. You're gonna have to be almost like a content creator. You're gonna have to do accounting, all this other stuff, right? Even the legal stuff, like, you know, knowing if you wanna do a DBA or a sole proprietor or an LLC, all of that stuff, right? Like there's a lot of things you have to know. But most importantly, guys, do not feel overwhelmed, all right? Don't. That's the worst thing you can do is be overwhelmed. And what happens when people do that is they usually let things go on the back burner. So that's just my piece of advice. This is literally a part 1 to a 2-part video. There's so many more things that I need to talk about, but it will be a second video. So if you want part 2, I need 20 people in the comments writing part 2 so we can make a part 2 for this. And again, if you guys want to get started in the photo booth rental business, my company, Photo Booth 101, not only do we sell the equipment you need to get started, like the photo booths, the backdrops, we have props, so much more. We have an online community for you. We have a discount for the software. You have access to me as a mentor. So that's photobooth101.com, link in the bio. All right, let's go. See you soon.